Hi guys, so good evening and welcome back to my magical world. It's me, Frostbite, your favorite celebrity here in the Philippines. We are going to continue our reading session. It's been a long time, guys. I know. Um, I have been attending many unexpected events like you know yung uh, the funeral of some of my people, and yeah, the wedding, birthdays, and all the other things. And I am going in different places, so it's really hard to be here with you on a daily basis, but I'm trying my best, guys, every day. Okay, so we are on to page 173 and 174 of the book Mastery. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I'm trying to update this kasi matagal na din tayong hindi nakapag-chikahan. So yung chika, I don't know, ngayon we have to finish our session muna, ha? Okay, so let's finish it. Slowly, he resigned himself to his fate. He would die in Salzburg at an early age, without the world ever hearing the kind of music he knew existed within him. In 1781, Wolfgang was invited to accompany the Archbishop of Salzburg to Vienna, where he was planning to showcase the musical talents of his various court musicians. Suddenly, in Vienna, the nature of his status as a court musician became clear. The Archbishop ordered him about as if he were simply one of his personal staff, a mere servant. Now, all the resentment Wolfgang had felt for the past 7 years bubbled and rose to the surface. Okay? So he was 25 years old and losing valuable time. His father and the Archbishop were actively holding him back. He loved his father and depended on his family for emotional support, but he could tolerate his he could not, I think he could not, medyo, typo. Tolerate his circumstances no longer. When it was time to return to Salzburg, he did the unthinkable. He refused to live. He asked to be dismissed from his position. The Archbishop treated him with the utmost contempt, but finally relented. His father sided with the Archbishop and ordered his son to return, promising that all would be forgiven. But Wolfgang had made up his mind. He would stay in Vienna for what would turn out to be the rest of his life. The rift with his father was permanent and extremely painful, but sensing that his time was short and that he had almost too much to express, he threw himself into the music with an intensity that was even greater than what he had displayed in his childhood. Yan. So, no. As if all his ideas had been pent up for too long, he exploded in a creative outburst unprecedented in the history of music. The apprenticeship of the past 20 years had prepared him well for this moment. He had developed a prodigious memory in his mind. He could hold together all of the harmonies and melodies that he had absorbed over the years. Instead of notes or chords, he could think in terms of blocks of music and write them out as quickly as he heard them in his head. His speed of composing would now astonish those who witnessed it. For instance, the night before the premiere in Prague of the opera Don Giovanni, Mozart had gone out drinking. Okay lang kayo, guys, kasi ninibago. I'm doing a lot of work and a lot of things at the same time, and I'm taking care of many people all at once. So, nakapagod, guys. Like, I really need a rest. Pero konting, few months na lang, I'll be taking off. No, I will be transferred in a different planet. Taray. So ayan, I'm just, for now, I'm just, kumbaga, I'm enduring everything that is right in front of me. But I don't know, syempre, I can't really tell kasi there are unexpected. Sometimes, di ba, we have unexpected opportunities that are being thrown at our faces. Di ba, which is, minsan hindi na natin nag-grab. Okay? But I will grab all of the, everything. Kasi, I want a complete different timeline and reality. Continue na tayo, guys. Baka tayo, parang punta tayo sa ibang topic. Okay? So, when his friends reminded him that he had not yet written the overture, he hurried home, and while his wife kept him awake by singing to him, he wrote one of his most popular and brilliantly conceived overtures in a matter of hours. More important, the years he had spent learning how to compose in every conceivable genre now allowed him to use these genres to express something new, to stretch their boundaries, and even permanently transform them through his creative powers. Feeling turmoil within himself, he searched for a way to make music something powerful and expressive and not merely decorative. Okay? So, in his time, the piano concerto and symphony had become rather light and frivolous genres with short, simple movements, small orchestras, and overabundance of melody. Mozart completely reworked these forms from within. He wrote for larger orchestras, expanding in particular the violin sections. Such orchestras could produce a more powerful sound than had previously been known. He expanded the length of his symphonic movements well beyond convention. In his opening movement, he would establish a mood of tension and dissonance that he would proceed to build up in the slow second movement, and which he would resolve in a grand and dramatic resolution at the finale. He gave his compositions the power to express dread, sadness, foreboding, anger, exhilaration, and ecstasy. Audiences were spellbound by his new sweeping sound that suddenly had so many new dimensions. After these innovations, it became almost impossible for composers to return to the light, frothy court music that had previously prevailed. European music had forever been altered. These innovations did not spring from any conscious desire on his part to provoke or rebel. Rather, his transforming spirit emerged as if it were completely natural and beyond his control, like a bee secreting wax. Aided by his superior sense of music, he simply could not help but personalize every genre he worked in. In 1786, he came upon a version of the Don Juan legend that excited him. He immediately identified with the story of the great seducer. He disdained for authority figures, but more important, Mozart felt that as a composer, he had a supreme ability. Ayan, nag-dim yung light. He had a supreme ability to seduce audiences, and that music itself represented the ultimate seduction, with its irresistible power to strike at our emotions. Translating this story into an opera, he could convey all of these ideas, and so the following year, he began early work on his opera, Don Giovanni, Italian for Don Juan, to make the story come alive in the way he had imagined. It would once again apply his transformative powers, this time to the genre of opera. Okay? Breathe in, breathe out. So at the time, operas tended to be rather static and formulaic. They consisted of recitatives, arias, and choral pieces featuring large groups of people singing together. For his opera, Mozart created something that flowed as a continuous whole. He conveyed the character of Don Giovanni not just through the words but through the music, accompanying the seducer's presence on stage with a constant twitching tremolo in the violins to represent his nervous and sensual energy. He gave the work an accelerated, almost frantic pace that no one had ever witnessed before in the theater. To push the expressive value of the music further, he invented ensembles during climactic moments in which several characters would sing, sometimes over one another in an elaborate counterpoint, giving the opera a dreamlike feel and flow. So we're done with the reading, guys. Thank you guys for listening, and thank you for helping me make this world a better place for all of us and for the future generation. I'm gonna update you guys of what had happened for the past few weeks. Tama ba? We are trying our best to be really present, diba? Really present on a daily basis, kasi that's how we tune in actually. Okay? So, wag kayo masyadong to the future and wag nakalimutan nyo na yung past. So, what is really important is the present. Okay? So, make it happen today. Minomotivate ko lang kayo, guys, but later, kwentuhan tayo. Wala ba ako sa bahay? So, mamaya, yan. For now, thank God it's Friday and we are finally on our resting paces. Pero ako, hindi pa. Kasi many things to do. Kasar no. Sige na, guys. See you later.
Somebody told me not to hope to find the woman of my kind. I don't give a damn you're talking to a man who's tired of being blind. We don't deserve to live in cages till the last breath of life.